I wonder what's on the tube.
Welcome back.
Thank you for being a friend.
What you talking about, Willis?
You are a meathead.
Nothing for you.
Don't touch that dial. Adjust those bunny ears, because what time is it, Jay?
It's time to sitcom my face. I'm Jay, that's Nick. And what wonderful show are we talking about this episode, my friend?
We're talking about the short-lived sitcom from Comedy Central from 2001 called That's My Bush.
I don't want to hear about your bush, dude. What show are we talking about?
Hey. What better way to sitcom my face? Hey, anyway.
You better shave that shit, you sitcom in my face.
Well, you know, for those that were not aware of the existence of this sitcom, it was created by the wonderful duo of
Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Couple of names you might recognize from a very long-running animated Comedy Central staple. Screw you guys, I'm going home. Yes.
You gang, I'm going home.
You will respect my authority.
But yes, the creators of South Park, as well as other great things such as Team America World Police and
Orgasmo,
Cannibal, the motion picture.
the musical.
The musical. I'm sorry. Yeah, not the motion picture. Cannibal, the musical. Sorry. Yes, Trey and Matt decided to create this show in advance of the new presidency coming up in 2001.
Yeah, anybody of our age or better probably remembers the fiasco that was the 2000 presidential election. Actually, they didn't set out to create this show, Nick. They set out to create a show.
Everybody loves Al.
Everybody loves Al. Because everyone was sure that Al Gore was going to be the president. And as we have read, this show was postponed 3 months because of the fiasco that was that election. If you want some good insight into that, go check out the indecision stuff from
Daily Show.
That was 2000 and 2004 they did, right?
Oh, well, you're talking about Daily Show?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, they did it multiple elections now.
Still funny.
Yeah.
3 months, they're like, we don't know who's going to be the president. Everybody wait. And they're trying to develop this show. So they're like, well, it's either going to be Everybody Loves Al or it's going to be That's My Bush.
And it turned out to be the latter. for better or worse, or whatever your political leanings. But it was an interesting time for those that were not around at that point. So
what a time when you could make fun of the president. They can't do that now, right?
No. Hey, wait, hey, what did you say? Hold on, I think someone from the FBI just popped up on our radio.
Oh God!
It's like a knock. Ice? Wait, what do you mean? No, we don't need any ice. No.
Were you aware of this show, or did you watch it when it originally came out? Was it April of 2001?
I did not watch it in its original run. I did not watch. I just caught a little bit of an episode. I knew of its existence, that also it was going to be premiering.
Mm-hmm.
I actually didn't know at the time that it was Trey and Matt from South Park creating it.
Oh, really? Because I think that was all over the fucking promotions for it. I think that was the lead-ins, like, from the creators of South Park. Because why else would anybody watch a sitcom about the president?
Right. The interesting thing about this show, just getting into it a little bit, is it's not so much, how do you want to say, it wasn't about the presidency and making fun of the president. What was it about making fun of?
About the very thing we talk about each and every episode of this podcast is
sitcoms.
Yes, this is I as a parody. I think this is very fun because we do talk about the tropes of sitcoms. We've even mentioned like the trapped characters in a room to work out their differences type episodes of a show. If they had gone more than 8 episodes, I'm sure we would have got amnesia episodes and shit.
Oh, I'm sure.
Or the going on the game show episodes, those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, this is a show that very much lampoons the American sitcom.
Correct. Yeah,
And-
but particularly they said 70s and 80s, that was their inspiration.
Right down to their theme song. I thought their
Yep.
theme song is very much clearly a node to the classic goofy campiness of sitcom theme songs.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and like they had a little bit of issue though besides the not knowing who the hell was going to be president, and the delay in that. The other thing was the cost overruns on the episodes. Like the episodes wound up actually costing like more than $1 million each.
Well, look at that set. Even they said the set was amazing. We thought we were shooting the fucking West Wing. The set was so good.
Yeah, between the set and just some of the ideas they had, so they had to, work it the best way they could. Like in what was it, the second episode? No, third episode, I think it was. With the bear. It's like they actually used a real bear, an animatronic bear,
and a bear suit.
A bear suit,
yeah,
and a bear puppet. All of those. It's just, for scenes with a bear.
The other couple of puppets on the show were done by a pretty powerful team in the industry, the Chiodo brothers, or the Kyoto brothers, however you want to say. They did the puppets for we'll get to Felix, the aborted fetus.
Yeah, that's from the first episode.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think that was the first episode that aired, but it wasn't the one that was shot. I listened to a little bit of the commentary stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have this DVD box set. It is available. I wonder if this is like the Norm Show where it's out of print and expensive.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because I wonder how many people actually bought this box set. I remember being like, oh my God, they're putting it on DVD. And I think it was like 5 years after the show had ended or something. And it even says right up there, from the creators of South Park, That's My Bush, the definitive collection, 2-disc DVD set.
Now, going into being that you brought up the Chiquito brothers, what else are they known for?
Killer Clowns from Outer Space, being one of my all-time favorites. I've been playing the video game a lot again lately.
But they did actually do some other, animatronic / puppeting type things. They actually teamed up with Trey and Matt for Team America World Police.
Team America, yep.
They also did, for being that we brought up Killer Clowns, they were also behind the puppets and effects for Critters.
Oh, Critters, that was one, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't the only thing from this show that came over to the Team America movie. We'll get to her.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, I was surprised at their actual, resume. I was like, oh, what? They actually did UHF with Weird Al. They did, what was the other one that I saw? I know they did a Ninja Turtles thing, but the stop motion animation in Elf, the claymation stop animation. So I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool resume. But
I love
they wound up.
I can't wait. Did you see they announced a remake of that at Amazon?
Wait, of which?
Of Killer Clowns. I met two of the brothers.
Yes, Killer Clowns, yes.
I met two of the brothers at a con years ago, and they were telling me then, we're trying to get this sequel off the ground. We've been trying for years. We're this close.
Oh, wow.
And it was not too long ago they announced, I guess, Amazon bought out MGM, which I hadn't realized. So they own all the MGM properties, which is weird.
Holy shit.
But they're remaking Killer Clowns with Ryan Gosling.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's producing it as well. So
oh shit. Okay.
Could be interesting.
Hey,
he said it's one of his favorite movies.
Hey, get some good money into that, and
they better bring back Christopher Titus. With his little bit part in there before he was famous.
Yeah, I love that movie. I haven't seen it in a while, actually. What's that?
I think he dies in the movie because I think you find his glasses. But either way, bring him back. Bring him back.
But Killer Clowns, definitely a classic, and
Oh, even their puppets in this show are hilarious.
Yes, as you said in the uh, pilot episode, first one they aired, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so Felix the fetus.
Yeah, well, I think we should, because this show's so short, we could probably just kind of touch on each one of the episodes here coming up. Might want to go over the cast real quick, or what?
Okay, yeah, cast. Okay, George W. Bush, played by Timothy Bottoms.
Yeah. So what an unfortunate name.
Yeah, Timothy
Mr. Bottoms.
Yeah, it's weird. I think I had more fun going into some of the things like cast and like again like the Chiquita Brothers. I was like looking at him like, oh wait, this guy was from the Paper Chase from the 70s. Wait, he was actually in Johnny Got His Gun, the famous movie that was used in the One video for Metallica.
He was in some, I remember there was like for a long time, there was like this legendary video game. It was like a full motion video game where it was never finished or something for a lot of years. And he was the star of the game. And
Wow.
then I think it was limited run or something years ago. They went and got him and like finished the game with him and finally released this. I mean, it's like,
here it is.
Those
I found it.
FMV games are shit, but yeah.
It's American Hero. It was shot in 1995, canceled in 1997, finally released 4 years ago in 2021.
Right. How crazy is that? He's probably got the call like, wait, what?
Wait, was he still alive?
Yeah. I've seen him in other stuff. He's a funny dude. And does a great Bush impression. I mean, like he's not really doing an impression, but somehow he embodies the simpleness of that dumb Bush that you want to imagine, you know?
Yeah, and giving it from that sitcom-y essence, you know, like
playing it up, that big ego and like
exactly
the inflated ego of every sitcom male who is like the character's dumb, but he's got the ego. And you can see him doing that, the famous like Bush line about the fool me once, you know, I ain't gonna be fooled again, or whatever the fuck he's like. You can see him doing that, you know. Yeah, fool me once, shame on. Fool me again. You ain't gonna fool me again. Oh my god. Classic. And you're like, that's our president. That's my Bush. Right there.
Bush. And it's like you had like him, you're really giving giving it his all for
I love the caricature he plays on here is very fun to me.
Then you had his wife, Laura Bush, played by
Carrie Quinn Dolan.
Carrie Quinn Dolan, who I got scared for a moment when I was looking. It's like, oh, she was married for like 4 years to James Carrey. I'm like, Jim Carrey? I was like, oh no, different James Carrey. Okay.
Well, she was in Bruce Almighty, so
I know, that's the funny part.
Yeah.
And then Kurt Fuller, one of those, I know that guy.
Yes, he's in so
Karl
much.
Rove.
Actually, he was in an episode of a show that we really praised on an award show. Remember that?
Let's see which one. Because he's been in freaking everything.
Do you remember one of our favorite pilots we've talked about so far?
Oh, I'm trying to remember now.
News Radio. He's the guy that Dave Foley has to fire to take his job.
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh God. It's like I saw like his resume and it's like, holy shit, how many things has this guy been in?
Apparently he was on he was big on Psych too, which I've never seen, but it looks like he's in all the Psych movies they did in the show. And
yeah, he was in Psych, he was in Ally McBeal, he was on Monk, he was on The Tick, he was on it's like
you know his face when you see it. You're like, I've seen this guy in a million fucking things.
Yep, he was on House. He was like he's been in sitcoms, he's been in dramas, he's been in sci-fi, he's been in it's like he was also big on Alias too. I remember for a short bit.
Oh yeah, he was the sheriff in Scary Movie. That's right.
Right.
Yeah, he's a funny fucking dude. Plays Karl Rove on here. So funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and he was also
perfect asshole.
Yeah, and also speaking of assholes, he was in Wayne's World too. Yeah.
Wayne's World 2 or Wayne's World also?
The original.
Okay, so Wayne's World also.
Yes.
Nice.
But yeah, so yeah, he played Rove.
How genius! First of all, they're making That's My Bush. So we have to make Karl Rove one of the.
Yes. Oh, and who would know how big of a role he would play like in real life?
Well, and it said too, I think if they were going to do Everybody Loves Al, they were talking like it was going to be Al Gore's family, like a home family sitcom.
Right.
But with this,
Everybody Loves Raymond. Yeah.
And with this, they changed it to a workplace sitcom where you're mostly in the White House.
Yeah, which is like so bizarre. It's like workplace sitcom at the White House.
Right.
Also, we had, like sitcom royalty, I guess. Marsha Wallace playing the maid.
Marsha Wallace, the brilliant Mrs. Krabappel from The Simpsons. We've talked about another. We've talked about another one of her famous sitcoms.
Oh, the Bob Newhart Show.
And it's funny because she is a lot like the secretary from.
Exactly. Yeah. That sassy, I know it all. Like it's like she's always helping out, the president or the first lady with something.
Well, how many sitcoms have the sassy maid? What a perfect archetype too.
Exactly. Now,
only this one's cruel to the max. She is fucking mean as fuck.
Oh,
and I love it. I love it.
Then we had everyone's favorite neighbor, John DeQuino as Larry O'Shea.
Hey George, it's your favorite neighbor. Now this guy really reminded me of the neighbor from Empty Nest.
Oh yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
This guy really felt. He even had that that cheesy machismo type. Even that shit-eating grin felt very much like the neighbor from Empty Nest.
You know what? I also got slight vibes from the original Steve from Married with Children. Not Jackson, but yeah.
I can see that. I think the next character you're going to talk about is very much inspired by Married with Children.
Yes. Kristen Miller as Princess Stevenson. Now, who the hell was Princess Stevenson? You want to expound on that one?
Well, this character I don't think exists, right? But she was originally, she was going to be cast as Jenna Bush.
Right. And Comedy Central says, no, you cannot do the Bush twins. So we're going to make this amalgamation of the girls, and it's going to be Princess Stevenson, who is
named after.
Oh,
she was her character.
No, that part I didn't see.
There's a scene where she's like, "You guys think I'm dumb?" And they're all like, "Oh, sweetie,"
Oh yeah.
And she's like, "Well, let's start with that name of yours. Like, why does everyone call you Princess?" She's like, "That's my name." She's like, "What?" She goes, "I was named after Princess Diana." Okay. Princess Lynn Stevenson.
I didn't know you were talking about in show. I forgot about that part, but I thought you meant what? Why did they make like Princess Stevenson? But
fun fact about Maggie, actually, Marsha Wallace's character, on the commentary, she says that her character's last name in the show was her actual married name. They let her use it for the show.
Oh wow!
Was it Hawk? I think it was Hawks.
Holly.
Maggie Hawley.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was her married name, she said, and she wanted to use it because she always used her, I guess, maiden name or
Marsha Wallace,
or that could have been a previous married name, I don't know, but her whatever name she had before when she started acting.
I have to ask you, what was your take on this? Okay, we made up this character, Princess Stevenson.
She's Kelly Bundy. I love it.
She is. Yeah, she really is Kelly Bundy, and she has some of the funnier moments, I think, in the show too.
Not to mention, she's one of the hottest human beings I've ever seen in my entire life. Is she not one of is she not one of the sexiest women you've ever seen? Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, come on! Every time she come out, woo!
Well, and that's very much Married with Children. It was funny actually on the commentary. Marsha even goes to Kurt. Kurt, do you ever notice that we're the only ones that never got a hoot or a holler when we came in the damn show? He goes, I did wonder that. Everyone else, like George walks in, woo! She walks in, ow, ow, But nothing for Karl Rove or Maggie the maid.
No.
The box set here on the back says, conceived during the 2000 presidential campaign and launched just months after his inauguration, That's My Bush offers a glimpse into the life of George W. Bush in his very own primetime television show.
Oh.
In this definitive collection of all 8 episodes, South Park creators Trey and Matt Stone provide a unique take on the state of network sitcoms while skillfully dealing with controversial subjects like abortion, the war on drugs, and the death penalty.
Yes, and very interesting how they deal with each subject.
Yeah. Well, in the writer's room, apparently, did you see how they did that? How they decided what to mash up?
No, I didn't.
They had a whiteboard, and they had one column of sitcom tropes, all the sitcom tropes you can, and then on the other column, they had political issues. And they would crisscross them and try to find a way to mash one of each together to make an episode.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to just kind of go through each episode and talk a little bit about each one as we go? All right.
Yeah.
First episode.
Let's go. Okay. So let's go with the pilot / first one aired. An aborted dinner date.
Yep. Original air date 4/4/2001. And the synopsis, according to the DVD, says the president is scheduled to unite the leaders of the pro-life and the pro-choice movements over dinner at the White House. Unfortunately, George realizes he's double booked, as our sitcom trope.
Yep.
As he has a date with his wife that cannot be postponed. So yes, every fucking sitcom has I gotta be 2 places at once. It usually was a date of some sort.
Correct. Yeah. Usually it is like a date. It's like, it's like you got a date going on. Like we saw it. We watched it on Three's Company. We watched it at like how many other shows have we already watched?
Every episode of this, you can say that you've seen it on Three's Company because they use all of the Three's Company tropes. And Three's Company not only originated a few tropes, but stole every trope that existed before it as well. So,
but yes.
I remember the Flintstones, Family Matters definitely had a few of these, I think.
Mm. Oh God. But yeah, so we had the two engagements, 2 dates at once, 2 dinners. And then
the political topic would be abortion.
Yeah. Pro-life, pro-choice.
Yeah. Now this is I think it's a funny fucking episode where we talked about the puppet. You have a puppet of a fetus who is one of 2 human beings to ever survive an abortion.
Right.
And his eyes are sealed shut. His chest is sunken in. He is just.
And he's only like what a 1.5 feet tall or something like that.
As Karl Rove says, freak. And of course, why don't you describe the leader of the pro-choice?
Well, I think Felix the fetus described it pretty well. Don't tell me.
No, I can't see because my eyes were sealed shut because I was aborted. But let me guess. Yes, it's a very large, bullish woman,
right,
with a haircut much like Marcy's on
yes,
Married with Children. But I love her first line when she comes in and they just talked about her name and what was her name? Grace, or I forget what her name was, but let's say it's Grace. And she goes, Mr. President, let me be frank. And Karl Rove goes, well, that makes more sense than Grace.
Yes.
Oh, God.
And to just throw in some more sitcom action into the episode, when George has the dinner with Laura scheduled, he brings in basically like a mariachi band.
Yeah, to cover up whatever noise she may hear from the other room.
Cover up any noise. And what's the first thing they start playing? The Street Beater, the theme from Sanford and Son.
Oh yeah, I didn't even catch that. That's funny. Yeah, that's funny. I didn't catch that when I watched it. Yeah, this is a fun episode. There's some hilarious lines with that stupid little puppet.
Mm-hmm.
There's a great finale where the puppet ends up on the dog, riding the dog around the room.
Yes.
Yeah. What did you think of this episode?
Well, let me get back to you at the end.
All right. Episode 2.
poorly executed plan.
Original air date 4/11/2001. George's old Beta Delt fraternity brothers pay him a visit at the White House the same week he is to preside over a death penalty execution. The president wants to prove to the guys that he hasn't gone soft since their college days and invites them to join him at the execution.
Right.
So yeah, his frat buddies show up at the White House. He, of course, was pro death penalty. So Karl Rove's like, hey, there's one going on tonight. If you were to show up for the execution, it would make you look really good because people would know you're not soft on the issue and that you truly support it.
Right.
And then his frat buddies.
And then they brought up the fact of like when he was governor, like he signed off on how many executions?
Like 150 or something.
But he never attended them.
Right.
So,
right.
He was like, I don't want to attend an execution. Yeah.
He goes, they were just numbers to me.
They were just numbers.
Which, those are the kind of things, there's a certain little lines in here. You're like, there is some political satire in here.
Yes. Oh, definite political satire.
The good thing about Trey and Matt, though, is even with South Park, they walk the line and make fun of both sides of everything. So you never know where they fall.
Well, shit. Like, I remember some of the earliest stuff, like, I remember their not the Mr. Hanky, the first Christmas episode, but I remember one of the early ones, which was also part musical, where like a Christmas Time in Hell, and like Princess Di's down there, John Wayne's down there, like Gandhi. I'm like, what the? It's like,
that was Mr. Hanky's Christmas musical, something though.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that was like season 3 or 4, probably
something like that. Yeah, I think it might have been 3.
It had the Mr. Mackey's
hello
Silver
Mr.
Bells.
Yeah. Oh,
ding dong, okay.
Yeah,
ding dong, ding dong,
and Mr. Garrison, the Merry fucking Christmas.
Merry fucking
Hello,
Christmas.
Mr. Shinto. Merry fucking Christmas. It's Jesus' birthday.
Yeah. Trey and Matt both have a knack for musical comedy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And we'll also link to something else in this as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so okay, the trope in the episode,
impressing your fraternity buddies in this case, but
yeah,
basically any episode of any sitcom where it's like, I gotta look cool for the guys, kind of thing.
Yeah, your old friends, oh yeah, I gotta look,
So in this one, they decide, well, his frat buddies want to attend. He's trying to get him out of the house. He's trying to keep him happy, keep the wife happy, get him out. He's like, well, what? You guys can attend the execution, but they don't want them really in the real execution. So he's like, how about we hash this plan where we're going to have an improv troupe, which is a hilarious scene with this terrible improv troupe.
Yes, which I got a lot of laughs out of it because
you're in an improv troupe.
well, not in a troupe. I've been taking classes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah, so I'm exposed to some of these things that they're saying. I'm like, oh god.
And I also love how terrible they were, and that Princess Stevenson is completely enamored. Like, yeah, they're so funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they hire this improv troupe to do this, like 2 hours before the real execution. They're going to fake an execution.
Yeah, they're going to do a mock execution.
But of course, the finale of the episode comes, and there's a mishap, as a sitcom has to have.
Yes, where the frat buddies wind up attending the actual execution.
Yeah, and the troupe can't get into the prison.
Yeah, and to top it off, George is like, oh yeah, it's like, well, yeah, this is the sodium pentothal. Let me just inject that right in here, and it's like, oh, and this must be let me inject that in. Like,
well, he goes,
he kills the.
He goes, are you ready to die by lethal injection? The guy goes, no, sir. And he goes, well, maybe you prefer the gas chamber. And he farts on him.
Yeah.
He farts right on the guy.
Yep.
And the people in the room are like, what the fuck?
Oh, well, and of course, yeah, at the end of the episode, yeah, the improv troupe comes in and going through the process again. It's like, wait, ow, that really hurts. Wait, hold on. Wait, am I actually dying?
Oh, the best bit was the little tag they put on the credits where Karl Rove, as the dude's dying, like comes up to his mouth and like is like sucking his soul out of his mouth.
Exactly.
And you're like, what the? Because you kind of implied earlier that he was in like a cult.
Mm-hmm.
because we was talking about George talking about being in a fraternity, and he goes, "Weren't you ever in a fraternity, Carl?" And it cuts to him like a cult room with like a sacrifice on a table, and he goes, "Kind of, but it wasn't really the same thing."
Yeah.
And so when the dude dies, he's up in his mouth going, like he's trying to suck his soul out.
Yeah, and the crazy part of things, I believe George W. Bush and I think his dad were both in a secret society at Yale.
Oh,
I'm trying to remember the name of it, but
the Skulls. I saw that movie. No. Episode number 3. Ready?
Episode 3: Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Murder.
Original air date 4/18/2001. The president turns to a telephone psychic for advice and is told someone he trusts has it in for him. To ensure his own safety, George outlaws guns. So you have your gun control episode.
Yep.
This is so Laura Bush gets addicted to phone psychics and gets George addicted to phone psychics, and they of course believe everything. If you're of our age, you might remember the famous late night infomercials for Miss Cleo. Call
Yes.
Miss Cleo.
Yes, Miss Cleo, and it's like, and the famous one, the what was it? The Psychic Friends Network with
who was that actress?
Dionne Warwick,
Dionne Warwick.
the singer, like, and with one of the best like questions I think ever asked on the Daily Show. They asked Dionne Warwick, "The Psychic Friends Network went out of business. Didn't you guys see this coming?"
Yeah, if you're in your 30s or probably older and you ever stayed up past, I don't know, 1 a.m., you remember nothing but Miss Cleo ads and Girls Gone Wild ads and
Yep.
Best of the 80s collection.
Yeah, and
the hits of the 60s.
And besides the Miss Cleo, the psychic things, the other commercials you would see are for, it's like, naughty girls are ready to talk, like 1-900 numbers.
Yeah.
And the whole thing in this episode is, it's like the phone bill comes in for the White House, and like it's extraordinary, and most of it's because of 1-900 numbers, and they're accusing George of, like, calling some of the perverted numbers. It's like,
yes,
no,
kids, before we had the internet on our phone, we used to have to wait for the Girls Gone Wild ads to come on at 3 a.m. to jerk off. Look at that blurred titty. Yeah, dude.
But he finds out that, it's a psychic hotline, and when he's talking to the psychic, it's like, oh, this is so stupid. It's like, so she starts going, it's like, do you know a Dave? Tony? Steve?
No.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like, it's just saying random names until you hit one.
And of course, the new gun ban triggers a visit from who? The leader of the NRA at the time.
Get your hands off me, you damn dirty ape!
Yeah, it's this actor playing Charlton Heston.
Which was so funny.
So fun. It's so over the top and goofy. I love it.
Yeah, but every character in this show is played over the top,
but purposefully.
Purposefully, as a sitcom.
Yeah, they're literally playing to like how cheesy every fucking show you've ever seen is.
Right.
But yeah, Charlotte has to, and I really love the third act of this with the basically murder mystery dinner.
Yes.
Where he comes in a suit of armor because he's like, one of the people here are gonna try to murder me, and yes, it's very much Clue. But this is also a very fun scene because there's not a whole lot of scenes where everybody's together.
Right.
You got a lot of scenes with George and Laura, or Laura and Maggie, or George and Carl.
Yep.
George and Larry, but you don't have a lot of scenes where they're all in a room together. So was there six characters? 6 characters.
Yeah, well, yeah,
and Charlton Heston.
And Charlton Heston.
You don't have your 6 leads together that much.
Right.
So this banter in the murder thing is fucking hilarious. Like the fucking Larry's talking about, like, I didn't leave the room earlier just to murder you later. And he's like, what? And he goes, where did you go, Larry? And he goes, okay, I was sniffing Princess's panties. And she goes, I don't wear panties. And he goes, all right, they were Maggie's. And she's like, well, what can I say? He's got good taste. And then he's going around the room, whatever. And then he gets to Larry again. And Larry, he goes, you already did me. Oh yeah. It's like, fucking stupid shit.
And then as every murder mystery one goes, like sitcom episode, the lights go out.
Yeah. Well, he throws the gun, which is fucking hilarious. He has a rifle.
Yeah.
And he throws it on the table and turns the lights out, and he's like, I covered that gun in sticky molasses. Whoever's holding the gun is the one who wanted to kill me. And the lights come on and
no one's there.
Everybody's gone. They're like, fuck this dude. Oh, so good. But yeah, this is the one you mentioned, the bear, where they use the real bear in several shots. He brought a guard bear to the White House.
Yes.
And the bear now grabs the gun and is chasing him around with his little a suit of armor on.
Yes, but of which, then he is what do you call it? Saved by Charlton Heston with his gun. Pistol.
Yeah. And he goes, we have the right to bear arms, but not to arm bears. You know they wrote the whole episode for that line.
Yeah, oh, definitely. The whole thing with the bear was just so they could do that line.
Which I respect. Respectable. All right. Next episode?
Okay, SDI, yay.
Maybe an I Love Lucy reference? Who knows?
A little bit.
Which there is was it in this episode where he has the splain line? Let me splain something to you. I was like,
I think so.
George is frustrated because he can't get cable in the White House. When his neighbor Larry offers to help him install an illegal hookup, they accidentally get the wires crossed with the anti-missile SDI system. And this one aired 4/25/2001.
Right.
Well, that's a funny episode. Larry, I can help you steal cable. Which, again, just the juxtaposition of you're in the White House and like,
yeah, you don't
have cable. I gotta steal fucking cable, dude. And yeah, this is where you have the heightened White House aspect of it. Larry installing the cable fucks up the wiring and it sets off a missile from the new SDI system and hits Austria.
Yeah, I don't think it was a missile. It was like a laser.
Oh yeah, it's like a satellite laser.
That hit Austria, and like I have to say this though, like Trey and Matt were very brave in the Austrians
speaking
Austrian the whole time. There's
no subtitles.
No subtitles.
No subtitles. Yeah. But they do it. You understand them.
Yeah, again,
and
by the situation and the tone of the voice, and it's like, yeah, you're getting what they're talking about.
Even smarter, how many times on a sitcom, even Seinfeld parodied this, where you have what do he call it? What was the Superman? The opposite versions of Seinfeld?
Bizarro. Yes, Bizarro.
The Bizarro. So this one, you have the Bizarro White House with the Austrians. Like he has his own Maggie and he has his own princess.
Yes.
And yeah, so you kind of understand them because you already know the relationship of those characters because they're just the same as the characters we know.
It's the same set of characters, just in a different country.
In Austria. But again, every episode is your Three's Company misunderstanding. Oh no, they're here when the Austrians show up, they're here to check the cable.
Yeah, it's like, wait, the guys from the cable company are here. Right. It's like, you got to take the fall, Laura.
And this is the one where Princess is trying to get smarter, right? Where she's taking her memory pills.
Yes. Memory enhancers. But of course, it's mammary enhancer.
Yeah. So she thinks she's getting smarter, but the whole time her tits are just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. To the point where they're tied up in the White House and her tits just grow and break the ropes free.
Yep.
Yeah.
The political issue in that one was the Strategic Defense Initiative. Again, if for those who are old enough that remember Ronald Reagan, the whole idea of Star Wars, we want lasers in space to intercept missiles.
All right, next episode aired 5/2/2001. The First Ladies Per Squeater.
Yes.
Laura's 24-year-old cat, Pumpkin, is old and smelly. George realizes it's time to put the cat to sleep, but he's afraid to talk to Laura about it. Laura notices that George isn't as amorous as he used to be and is afraid she's the one that's old and smelly. While Laura tries to solve her feminine hygiene problems, George breaks Jack Kevorkian out of prison to help kill the cat.
Yes.
All right, so you got your assisted suicide.
is our political issue.
I did my senior thesis in high school on Kevorkian and euthanasia. Which was
Really? Oh, wow.
I wrote to him. He never wrote me back, but I wrote to him. The Terry Schiavo case was big at the time, I believe.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I remember that case.
This is a perfect example of a Three's Company misunderstanding episode here.
Definitely. Yeah, this is the whole setup of Three's Company of mishearing,
only
misunderstanding.
to the disgusting perverted degree to which this show's willing to go.
Oh yeah. Like
you have this nasty, matted up again, the Chiodo brothers puppet, this cat that is just decrepit, and Larry's petting it, and the fucking hair's coming out. It's just like.
Yeah,
and it's fucking nasty.
And of course, George and Carl is talking about how bad it smells at the White House, and it's about the pussycat. But so when Laura's overhearing things, she thinks it's her lower area.
Yeah, there's a great scene where she's eavesdropping on them, and they're saying all these ever since you moved into the White House, every room stinks and all this shit. And he's like, well. He goes, why do you even got to worry about it? Why don't you just get a younger one? They're so much more fun when they're cute and young.
Yeah.
She's like, oh my God. And and because she's talking to Maggie about how the president doesn't go down on her anymore.
Right.
But oh my God, the scene where George and Larry try to put the cat down with the.
Yeah. Well, but the other great thing is that because it's assisted suicide with Kevorkian there, he has a device. And the cat has to hit the button itself.
I was talking about the previous one first, even.
Originally.
Laura brings home a douche.
Yes.
And of course he's talking about the cat. He thinks that this douche is the fucking euthanasia device for the cat. Yes. So him and Larry are trying to douche this fucking cat. And there's a great very sitcom-y line where Carl comes in. He goes, what the hell are you two doing? He goes, can't you see we're trying to put the cat down, Carl? And he goes, why are you doing it with that douche? And George goes, well, Larry's the only guy that would help me.
Yeah, he's the only guy that would help me.
And great, Carl just walks away. He's like, fuck it. I'm done. But that's when they hatch the scheme for Kevorkian. And then, continue. Kevorkian shows up and he sets up this very elaborate machine where the cat has to press the button. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. To and so they're going hours and hours, and the cat won't do it. But of course, then the police come, and it's because Kevorkian is missing from his thing, from his jail cell. So what do they dress Kevorkian as?
As Laura Bush, because Laura has gone to find this, what was the Punani tribe to get her this ancient holistic washing of her pussy. Her and actually very, very Matt and Trey, these couple of scenes where they're off doing their journey, where they are like riding horseback and climbing waterfalls. It's like a journey into the fucking gorillas of the mist or something. Yeah. Very Matt and Trey. It's very clearly not the actors in those scenes. Like it's stunt people doubling, which was clearly intentional as like the joke. Because that's how a sitcom would do it. It was like, oh, B unit, you go shoot whatever bullshit where you're just riding horseback or whatever. But so Laura Bush is away from the White House. Yes, they dress Kevorkian as Laura Bush.
Right. And then Laura comes back. So now you have two Laura Bushes.
And a perfect timing as she walks in. What the hell's going on with the cat? The cat hits the fucking button and
explodes.
Explodes into a fucking fur ball. There's this fur raining down.
And Kevorkian's like, oh, just as I anticipated. Yeah,
my machine worked perfectly.
Yeah, my machine worked perfectly.
Oh, don't forget the beautiful satire, too, of as Kevorkian was first introduced in this episode. How he kind of floats in with a cloak like he's fucking Dracula.
Yes.
And then
and he's so he wants to put Rose
Carl
down.
Well, and did you notice when he touches his face, he's literally got long, sharp talons for fingernails, like he's literally Dracula.
Yeah, Dracula or Nosferatu.
He goes, oh yeah. He grabs Carl's face. He's like, yes, the illness is taking over. He goes, not me. me, Jesus Christ. Get off me. Like he just has the death touch, Yeah.
Oh my
so
God.
fucking funny. All right, next episode.
Next episode is Mom EDEA arrest. Mommy dearest.
Mommy dearest, yes. No coat hangers ever.
Yes. Yeah. This one, as the additional character, we have Barbara Bush, George W.'s mom.
Aired on 5/9/2001. George decides to get tough on drugs. The plan is to make an example of the 1 millionth drug offender by arresting him on national television.
Now, what's 1 millionth? Or I thought it was like 110 million, or I thought it was some crazy number.
This says 1 millionth according to this description. Former First Lady Barbara Bush is on hand to participate in the event and make her daughter-in-law's life miserable. Looking to escape the tension between the two women in his life, George drops ecstasy, mistaking it for aspirin, and the anti-drug event turns into a rave.
Yep.
So your sitcom trope here is the mother-in-law, which is a very famous.
Yeah, and trying to impress the mother-in-law. It's like, oh, and of course everything that she's doing, Barbara Bush. It's like, no, take the white tables out of here. Now, who thought this was going to be a good idea? Take down the balloons. Yeah,
I especially felt on a show we didn't really like, but I especially felt the influence of what the mother from. Why do I always forget the fucking name of the TED show? What the fuck is it called?
Oh, what the hell?
I repress this show so much I forget the fucking name every time. I swear to God.
All I gotta say is Monroe.
The mother from that was Alice from Honeymooners, the mother-in-law.
Right.
I very much get her mother-in-law character from this version of Barbara.
I could see that.
Yeah. Meadows, was that her name?
Audrey Meadows.
Well, again, every show has the mother-in-law.
And of course, one of the other tropes is Laura goes to take one of the things, and George is like, no, that's not aspirin. That's ecstasy.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens? He winds up taking it.
Yeah, because he's an idiot. He's got it in his hand, and he's like, "Oh, I've got a headache." Oh, basically. Oh man, and then he starts to, that scene with him, he's like, "You're gonna lock me in the bedroom, princess, or you're not gonna let me out, no matter what I say." Okay, and of course, your dumbest character is the one guarding the door.
Yes.
So he's like, "Princess," she's like, "Yes." I feel much better now. I'm not letting you out. Oh, princess. She's like, who's that? Oh, it's a unicorn. Nuh-uh. And he's like, yeah, princess, there's a unicorn in here for you. She's like, oh, cool. And lets him out of the fucking room like instantly.
God.
And of course, he comes in, and the guy who's the 1 millionth drug offender basically talks him through how to deal with the fucking high. He's like laughing at him because you took 3 of them. Holy fuck! He's like, less like a rocket, more like a balloon. He's just literally floating. He's just like floating, raving through the fucking White House.
Oh.
And Barbara Bush, fucking mean. She's a mean mama in this bitch.
Oh yeah.
You whore. She's like, you look like a $2 hooker. And she's like, $2? Like,
now we're on to 7 and 8. I didn't get to watch them, so you'll be guiding these.
Trapped in a Small Environment. Original air date 5/16/2001. Laura sets Carl up on a blind date. Too bad he never mentioned that he was married. George has enough on his plate when environmentalists show up to protest his decision to drill for oil in Alaska. Now Carl's wife is accusing the first couple of ruining her marriage. So yes, this is very much the tropey trapped in an elevator type episode.
Yep. The characters that don't get along have to be trapped together.
Yeah. How many shows have we already discussed that have an episode where 2 characters are trapped in a fucking elevator or something? Well, this one, every character pairs off at some point and is trapped with each other in different places around the White House. So there's a great bit. It starts out with Karl Rove brings in this Eskimo, and who doesn't speak any English, but has taught him that saying oil good is the way to say I'm hungry. So He's like, all right, we're gonna go on national TV. We're gonna bring this Eskimo up. He's like, what's your line? He's like, oh, good. The whole fucking episode. And it's just this poor, sad, stereotypical Eskimo with like a spear.
Oh my God.
And
the Mighty Quinn.
at the same time, yeah, Karl Rove never mentioned that he was married. He's talking about how he's unhappy. Laura decides to hook him up on a date with a woman, unknowing that he's married already, and now it's basically ruining his marriage. So you have his wife show up, and her and Laura are having this conflict. You got Carl and George. You got Princess locked in a cooler with the fucking Eskimo, just making up stories. Like they're all having their moment. Like, I guess that's why I never really trusted Eskimos, kind of shit. And he's just in the back going, "Oil good, oil good, oil good." Freaking fuck out. At the same time, because of the drilling in Alaska, you have people protesting on the lawn. Of course, the leader of them is Larry, who's like, I'm gonna ecotage the fucking White House. So he sets all the plumbing to fuck up, and the White House is flooding with shit.
Oh no.
So that's one of the things that helps trap everybody, is they're surrounded by shit. So at one point, Larry gets trapped with George. Yeah, it's a pretty funny episode. But it's every time they work out an issue, they'll find a way out, and then they get locked in with the next character and work out that issue, and then they, like Carl and Maggie get locked in together, and they're
yeah, and that like just together in a small thing, small set. What do we call these in the sitcom industry?
Well, I wouldn't quite call them a bottle episode. They're not quite the same.
It's not totally, but I think that's a little what they were trying to go for. Like from what I was reading.
I don't know. Some of the Trapped episodes I've seen are like, what was it? Fresh Prince that had him like trapped in a car and the woman giving birth. I'm surprised there wasn't someone giving birth in this one, honestly, because that's usually an element of
yeah.
Like even on Night Court when they get trapped, like aren't they snowed in at the court and the woman's giving birth?
that one was so great. Where they don't have food, they don't have everything. Yeah, it's like
I think
and then
wasn't there one
Bull walks through the snow.
Wasn't there a Night Court too where Dan births a baby for someone in the elevator?
I think you're right. I'm not sure. I don't remember the episode, but it sounds right.
Sounds like it happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, going with the sitcom tropes. Yeah, it probably.
It probably happened. And if it wasn't on Night Court, it was definitely on something else. But yeah, no, this is a very funny episode, especially if you understand that trope.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the end, the whole thing is like comparison between drilling for oil and cheating on your wife. Where he's like, he's like, yeah, sure, paying for oil overseas is probably blood money. He goes, but at least you're not ruining your own home. And Carl's like, you're right. If I just paid for hookers, it wouldn't ruin my marriage.
Oh God.
He goes, I wouldn't have someone in love with me trying to ruin my marriage. You're right. And he tells his wife this. She's like, oh, Carl, you're so sweet.
Oh my God.
He's like, I'm just gonna have sex with hookers, honey.
Oh, jeez. And then episode 8, Fare Thee Welfare.
Original air date 5/23/2001. George is forced to resign and leaves the White House for a trashy apartment and a series of dead-end jobs. Will this be the end of the line for the Bush administration or a foundation for a spinoff? So this one, you finally get to meet Dick Cheney.
Yes.
So actually, it was funny because all the shit that he does in the show it actually leads to him like, hey, we need you to resign because of all the fucked up things you've done the last 7 episodes.
Exactly.
So they're like, and then of course they changed the theme song. They put Dick Cheney's head on him, and they turn the whole theme song into, instead of "That's my Bush," it's "That's my Dick."
Yes, from Bush to Dick. Wow.
Actually, we should mention real quick. The theme song, is this the only show ever where they use the characters' names instead of the actors' names in the intro to the fucking theme song?
Yeah, it's like, like when I first watched, I'm like, wait a second, who's playing George W. Bush? I know it is.
It doesn't tell you till the end. Yeah,
till the end.
I do love that. It's
now,
like starring Karl Rove and Laura Bush. And
Now, one of the things that I loved was the fact of at the end, before the credits would play, but at the end of the episode. They had their little in between piece there, like for the production company. Did you recognize that song?
I noticed the image of the man. You're talking about the man standing there with the
Yeah.
logo going around him.
Exactly.
I was like, that's got to be like a parody of like the Letterman logo, right?
Yeah, I think it probably the worldwide pants. But
Right. Anyway, what's the song?
the song's like da 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 da.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Cannibal the Musical?
No, I've only seen clips of it. I've never watched the whole.
Okay.
Yeah.
The beginning song, it's like the sky is blue and all the leaves are green. The sun is hot like a baked potato. It's like, yes, that's the song they're doing from Cannibal the Musical.
This is the perfect episode to talk about the music because this whole episode is literally a spin-off showcase of what is George going to do now that they're out of the White House. And like, it literally starts with a parody of the Jeffersons theme, moving on down to a $200 apartment in a shithole, kind of thing. And they're like in a poor apartment. They even have like a new black neighbor who's like the ghetto version of Larry. Hey, George, it's your favorite neighbor, And he's like, he's got all these whitey jokes, whatever. Every time Larry enters the room, he's like, hey, George, there's a pie cost on your porch. And he's like, what's a pie cost? Yeah. Oh, 3 for cherry, 2 for apple, whatever. So the new guy's making like, ghetto versions of that joke. But he starts taking on all these new jobs. And every time he takes a new job, it cuts to another cheesy parody of a sitcom thing. Like he gets a job in a bar and it's clearly Cheers.
Oh, God.
And it's called like Brouhaha. And he's like, making my way in the world today, and and it goes on and on. At the very last line is something like, I hope I survive the cancer so it never ends. That kind of shit. But he's like, he makes a joke immediately. Like every time he gets a job, he makes like something inappropriate happens and he immediately gets fired. Like this hot chick comes in. I think it might supposed to be like the Kirstie Alley character or something. And one of the customers is talking to him and he's like, my penis is so big that movie theaters now serve popcorn in small, medium, large, and my penis. She's like, you're fired. Like, get the fuck out. They do like a teaching one that is quite clearly a Welcome Back Kotter parody. It's like, teach me, Mr. B. And there's the guy who's like the sweat hog type character.
Yep.
Who's like, I put laxatives in his apple, man. It's gonna be all make him diarrhea and stuff, that kind of shit. And then the guy who played the Charlton Heston in the other episode comes in and he's supposed to be like the principal.
Oh,
he
yeah,
eats
Principal
the apple.
Woodman, yeah.
He eats the apple and the stuff goes down his face. You're fired. Yeah. But then he starts wrestling, and you get the finale where he becomes like this sensation wrestling. And Dick Cheney apparently is a big fan and invites him back to the White House. God. So then you have White House Wrestler as the sitcom.
Oh my God.
So yes, it's quite clearly a spin-off showcase parodying many different shows. I think there was one more theme song that I missed, but yeah.
Yeah, but like what was I going to say? Like there's a lot of like little, not to say Easter eggs, like you said, like like the theme songs. There's a lot of throughout this show. There's a lot of different little
on the
nods
Trapped in
things.
A Small Space episode. They do name a few too, but they keep referencing the Gina Davis show, which I thought was funny because it was probably on at the time.
Oh my
and so
God.
they're clearly making fun of what a bad show that was.
Yeah,
he's like, hey, they're all getting trapped in small spaces, just like on the Gina Davis show.
God.
But she's like, every show does that. She's like, Married with Children, it was a bank vault, and this and that. She names off a couple other ones. But yeah, it's very clear, what you wouldn't think. I didn't think that Matt and Trey would be such sitcom fans, but they clearly know their shit.
Oh no, they definitely do. Yeah, there's other like little things in here that I read about that I was like surprised that by doing this show, they decided to change the way they do South Park, because South Park was really a four act episode,
which I feel like is what The Simpsons is. So that's probably the guideline they were going by.
Yeah, but because of this, they decided to cut it to a 3-act show, like sitcoms normally do.
Simpsons commentaries, I've heard several writers complain about that. Is like, we always have to have this first act that means nothing to the rest of the show.
Right.
There's always a first act that, like, it's crazy, it's cartoony, and then it ends with whatever your jumping off point is for the actual episode. So I'm sure because that was one of the biggest shows of all time, especially at the time still when South Park aired, that's probably the template they were using.
Right. But yeah, so that I couldn't believe. I'm like, oh, okay.
Apparently Timothy Bottoms could never remember his lines either, and he mentions that on the commentary. He goes, I was not really a good actor. He goes, I had so many mouthfuls of shit to spew out. He goes, I could never remember my lines. And the princess actress Kristen Miller, she's like, no, you were great. And Kurt Fuller goes, no, trust me, he never remembered shit.
Oh, did you know there was talk of not just a spin-off, not a series, but a spin-off feature film?
Well, let's talk about why the show ended first, I guess, because there was an idea for a movie sequel.
Yes. George W. Bush and the Secret of the Glass Tiger.
Yeah. So they did cancel this, I think, in August. So it was before September 11th.
Correct.
But September 11th, of course, happened. And even South Park, they said stopped making fun of Bush because they didn't think it was the time to be making fun of the leader of the country.
Yeah, it's like, no. It's like the show would not have survived after like that had happened. So it's like,
they were like, even if the show had gone on, we probably would have ended it just given that. But yes, there was talks of doing a movie like follow-up to this. But I think by the time that came around, they said a lot of those ideas, I think, went into Team America. Right. They were working on that by that point. So all their political targets, I think, went into Team America, which Kristen Miller was Lisa in Team America.
Oh, wow. I didn't even realize that. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, she was the other holdover from this that came over to Team America.
Yes, my favorite thing from that movie is Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
The fact of they, when they were making the puppets, like,
yeah, you told me that on one of the other episodes.
It's
the
like
puppet got fucked up, so they're like, "Fuck it, let's just make him a little special." Yeah.
Yeah. So the only thing he'll say is Matt Damon.
Did you ever watch the unrated sex scene where they're shitting on each other?
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh shit.
In the unrated version, there's the puppet sex scene. Oh yeah, they're like shitting all over each other, and it's disgusting, and it goes on forever.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think of some of the other stuff that I had read on this. It's like it was interesting. Matt and Trey actually were talking about, like, this was one of the most, like, some of the most fun we had in our whole career.
Well, you could tell it's just so insane. I mean, of course.
Oh yeah, it was just so off the wall and so an homage to, the tropes of sitcom.
Yeah, I've watched this show through quite a few times. This DVD set, I was fucking thrilled when this DVD set came out. This show cracked me the fuck up, especially at the age I was at. I think I would have been, ninth grade when this came out. And a lover of sitcoms. So even then.
And of course, at least we forget also the trope, like, you got to have the saying, just like Jackie Gleason in The Honeymooners. Yeah, one of these days, Laura, pow! One of these days, Laura, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Punch you in the face. Yeah, because
like,
you gotta dumb down because George Bush.
Yeah,
instead of Jackie Gleason, we covered The Honeymooners. Go listen to our Honeymooners episode. But the classic line. One of these days, Alice, bang, zoom, straight to the moon. As in, I'm going to punch you. But George Bush says it so literally, I'm going to punch you in the face. Oh, George.
Oh.
I watched one YouTube video that there was not very many that dissected this show. But the guy's like, oh, how times have changed since 2001 when you could joke about punching your wife in the face. And I'm like, you don't get it, bro.
No.
It's clearly meant to be a parody of, like, what the fuck. Let me tell you, in 2001, I don't think they'd let you punch your wife in the face knowingly.
No. And years before that, also, was a no-no.
I mean, 70s maybe, but 2001 definitely not.
But some people don't get it. But
it's like, if you're watching this show and dissecting it on that kind of fucking front, you're like,
no.
I don't know if this is the show for you, pal.
I'll say this: like, I enjoyed the whole trope issue, and I liked the way everyone gave it their all, like how silly everything was. But I got to say, it was cringe-inducing at times. So it was like, I felt like Matt and Trey in basketball, like, oh.
Well, no, to me, cringe-inducing is trying to watch anything that's TikTok or
Oh yeah, no,
that shit is cringe-inducing.
yeah. Oh no,
To me, at
definitely.
least, the cringe is on purpose here, which is what I
Oh yeah,
respect
no,
about
it's purposeful, but like, and I love South Park, but it's just like how this went. It's like it almost got to be like a little too much. I'm like, oh. Again, that's the only like sound I could make.
The thing I love about a show like this is that it's not mindless only because you have to know the genre and the circumstances that it's parodying. You feel intelligent watching a dumb show because you're like, I know the things they're talking about.
Right.
You know what I mean? I understand the thing they're parodying, which is what makes any good parody movie work.
Correct.
Even your least favorite Wayans brother movie or something, you know, if you don't like Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. If you know the movies they're parodying, it's going to elevate the comedy of that
it's
movie.
going to land a lot better.
But if you don't know any of those movies, you're going to watch it and go, oh, this is fucking dumb. You know, like, what the fuck? It's just a collection of random scenes. Well, no. This is quite elevated if you understand sitcom lore, logic, or lack of logic in some sitcoms case.
Yes. Yes. And there are many.
Yeah. But I, of course, knowing Trey and Matt from South Park, knowing the geniuses they are, knowing the way that they handle political issues and political figures, public figures.
And like you say, they walk the line. Like,
But this actually made me like them even more, understanding now that they're so immersed in sitcoms. It kind of made me respect them even a little more. Just like, they know what they're talking about in the world of goofy
they
ass
definitely
sitcoms.
know what they're talking about. And again, it like they analyzed and like what like it's like, okay, as you said, the process, the whiteboard of okay, trope, and what issue can we line this up with? Like,
well, and just because they created something as out of the box as like South Park doesn't mean they didn't grow up watching The Brady Bunch and
of course.
Welcome Back, Kotter. Clearly, those things are staples in their heads of television
and influence them, later in life.
Right. Right.
Well, so where would you put this on your list?
This was tough because it is only 8 episodes.
Yeah.
I honestly do wish there was more of this because I think there's so much more of the sitcom world to lampoon. But it's also nice that it is a nice little 8-episode morsel that you can just take in an afternoon. I am putting this, how many we got now? 56?
Yes.
Out of 56, I put this at number 35.
Wow, that high.
This is between The Kids in the Hall, Death Comes to Town, and actually The Critic. I have The Critic right below this.
Okay. That's it.
As far as parody goes, I think it actually is a smarter parody than a lot of the stuff on The Critic. Even though I like The Critic, I think that the nuance of the parody is a little smarter here.
Like a little less in your face.
It's a little less trying to be The Simpsons.
Right.
Like
like The Critic was trying to be definitively season 2 too. Like when they even had the crossover. But yeah, I wasn't as it's like it was all right. Again, like I got what they were going for, but you'll get a kick out of where I put it. It came in at, for me, 46, which is one over Full House on my list.
All right.
Yeah, but this way, it's definitely ahead of That 80s Show and Too Close for Comfort, My Wife and Kids, Head of the Class, Clarissa, 8 Simple Rules, like, but yeah, like
I say this one had to make you cringe less than Full House did.
Yeah, that's the crazy
But just
part.
barely, huh? Yeah.
Just barely. It's like, yeah. Again, knowing what they were going for versus, oh
That's great.
God,
I thought you would respect this a lot more. I thought you'd have this closer to
yeah.
like.
I thought, you know what? It could have just been because I've really been like crazy busy lately. I like my one buddy like got married down the shore. Like I've had classes. I've had
That's your pal who was on our show, right?
yeah. My
You
buddy
should give him a
Pete.
shout. Give him a
Oh, yeah.
shout out and a congrats.
Congratulations, Pete.
Actually, he was on our similar show to this when we covered Police Squad. Yeah, congratulations, Pete.
But yeah, it may have been just because of I've been so hectic and like I didn't even get to finish like watching the thing that this is where it lands for me.
What was your favorite of the ones you watched? If you were going to tell someone to watch one of the episodes, naturally you didn't watch the last two, but
okay, let's see. Going back to the episodes here, I would say I do like the Kevorkian one.
Yeah.
I like the what you call it, the gun control / bear / psychic episode. So like I think those that one, and I think the first lady's persqueeter like those would be two of the ones I would suggest.
Those are two good ones. I would say those two or the trapped in a small space.
Right, and of course that's the one I didn't get to.
Yeah. I would say those are probably the top three. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I would recommend the show if you do want to watch it. Like I said, I don't know how much the DVD is. There is a DVD box set out there. I'm sure it's out of print, long out of print.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
I didn't see it on any official streaming site, but I sent it to Nick here for this episode. You can watch it on Internet Archive. How was the quality on there? Good?
It was all right.
You think it was a DVD rip? It was probably a DVD rip.
Well, the annoying thing about it was like a small window like this.
Oh, you couldn't blow it up?
Nope. Yeah, when I did full screen, it was just okay. It took up the rest of that little small movie theater thing, whatever the hell they created there. So it was like it went from here to here.
When I checked it to send to you, I thought it was full screen on mine. But
I couldn't get it to full screen, and like because it was also Internet Archive, I had to also project it. What's the thing to like send it from my phone to the television cast.
Oh, maybe that's why then.
Well, no, but even just like watching it on the phone, I couldn't even make it.
You can download it from an archive. Maybe if you downloaded it.
Oh, maybe
full screen it, but I'm sure it was probably just a DVD rip. But
and just something that we missed talking about real quick last episode, and being that you mentioned Shears in this one, it's like the great George Wendt passed.
Yeah, George Wendt died. Yeah, he actually he was living up here in Michigan, I think, out in Stony Lake.
I think that's what. Yeah, they said.
Because I had always heard tales of you would be in town and you would just see old Norm walking down the street. You're like, oh shit, or he'd walk into the local pub or something. But yeah, I never ran into him, unfortunately.
Yeah, but Cheers is definitely a show that we have to hit for the for our pod, because I was reading and just remembering one of the episode about a person talking about the way the bar used to be years ago, and again this wasn't here and this was here, and then they're talking about like 20, 30 years ago or something like this, and then and there'd be a thing, like it would be right behind Norm, like he was there back then.
Mm-hmm. Well, I seen Ted Danson and Woody Harrelson have a podcast together now. I think it's called Where Everyone Knows Your Name. Is that what it's called?
Yes, I believe so.
So I don't know if they're talking about the episodes in particular or just talking to guests or what, but I'll check it out here eventually.
Yes.
Ted Danson's got some other great sitcoms we got to get to.
Oh yeah, I love Good Place. Ever watch Becker?
I did not, but someone on our YouTube comments did recommend that we watch Becker.
Yes, very funny show.
All right. If you want to find us on YouTube, just search Sitcom My Face, a situation comedy podcast. You can look for us on Facebook, facebook.com/Sitcom My Face. We are on Twitter at Sitcom My Face. I am also on there, X, at Bidwell Fogg. He is at NetNick191. We are also on Instagram, and other social medias at the same names.
Correct.
You can find this podcast anywhere you get your favorite podcasts.
That's
And
correct
until
as well.
next time, Nick.
And
what would
and
you like to-
also don't forget, they could also email us.
Oh,
if
email us.
people still
Sitcom
use
My Face.
email, we are sitcommyface@gmail.com.
I know it works because we get spam all the time.
Exactly. Yes, the only thing we get.
But until next time, what should these kind folks do for us, Nick?
I think they should sitcom my face. Oh!
Yeah. That's my bush.
And that's my bush.
That's my dick.